Hello everyone, this is Psychic Otaku 182, also known as Yuki, and this is my video. Today I'm doing a review on a book. It's Patterns for Theatrical Costumes by Katherine Strand Holkeboer. This book is awesome. I do have some trouble with it because it doesn't say, okay, you're probably going to need about this much fabric. But if nothing else, it's a great reference for really good period costumes. I don't actually do costumes very often, other than for my Halloween costumes, but I have actually used it for clothing. I have a Doric chitin style top that is based, that this helped monumentally in making. So I found it, if nothing else, to be a fantastic reference. The reviews online, some were good, some were bad. I bought it because I'd already seen it. They had it at my library, at my local library. So yeah. The great thing about it is that it gives you, it breaks it down by time period, so, right here it says, Greek, and then a little further on it says, Roman, and I know this is backwards for you, and I'm sorry, I wish I could figure out how to flip it so you could actually read it, but, the point is it is broken down by section, and each section has a little bit, this is what the material most likely would have been, these are the colors it most likely would have been, and like further on in the book you get to like 14th century Europe, and it tells you, okay, this is what the gentry would have worn, this is what the peasantry would have worn, this is what type of material would be used. The one thing I do find a little disappointing about it is its lack of, I'm trying to find the right word, and I'm sorry, its lack of information as far as color goes, because I'm fairly certain, in here that it has a small section for it has specialty costumes, the Orient, and I know, like, especially with kimono, different sleeve lengths and colors denote different ages and marital statuses among females. And I've never actually been able to find a really good reference for what that is, which is kind of irritating and frustrating and really, really annoying. I know that white is for mourning and red is a marriage color, but beyond that, it's hard to find any information. Okay, would young girls traditionally wear, I mean, as an example, would they wear blue? Would they wear purple? It's frustrating for me, because in that matter, I am something of a perfectionist, especially if I'm going to use that design element for clothing or a costume. I do like to keep it as traditional as possible, which can be exceedingly frustrating. But that said, it is still a really good book. I personally don't find the millinery section to be all that fantastic. There is a small, and I do mean small, like 10-page section in the back on wig making and hat making. I don't find it to be all that helpful. It, frankly, the emphasis is more on the clothing. And it's an incomplete reference, obviously. There's no book that can cover Greece to the Victorian era and cover everything. Now, if they had specialty books, okay, you get this one and it's ancient Greece, this one and it's Rome, this one and it's the Byzantine Empire, that would be different. But And as you know, I don't know if you noticed this, but it does not say much about hair either. even in later chapters, it will tell you, okay, what type of hat was worn, but it doesn't really go into depth on hairstyles. Which, you know, for some time periods isn't a big deal, because pretty much the only thing that was done with hair in certain time periods was to braid it, and if you were married, to cover it. But beyond that, you know, it is a little frustrating for me. But overall, it is a good resource. It would be... It's pretty much only good as a reference unless unless you have some experience with sewing, with transferring patterns from the book, because it's not like it has any pull-out pages or anything. It's not like that. It literally, it has the picture on page. So unless you're good at copying it, or, you know, you have a really good printer with lots of ink so you can print it out to the desired size, you're not going to really have, the patterns in it really won't be too much use. Or if you're just good at freehanding, which I usually do fairly well at, actually. Although for a Doric Chitin, freehanding really isn't a problem. It's literally a piece of fabric that's folded and then folded over. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the review of the book. Like I said, you know, great for reference, not necessarily that great for actual sewing purposes, unless you're good at transferring patterns. But considering the fact that you can find it fairly cheaply online, used, I don't think that it's a bad buy. I think it's a very good buy if you have the money. And if you're just using it as a reference or for ideas. So, but that's my opinion. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. As I've said before, questions, comments, suggestions would be really appreciated. Just let me know below, okay? So, have a good day. Thanks. Bye.